Designed by MG engineer Sid Enever, the EX181 was unlike any MG before it. Enever was the man responsible for the MGA, and his experience with streamlining helped create a bullet-like car that promised to be the fastest MG ever built. The team returned to the Bonneville Salt Flats, where Moss piloted the car to an astounding 245 miles per hour, a record. MG was back on top. Their MGA was a hot seller. In 1958, they beefed up the power with a twin-cam version of the car. Designed for the weekend enthusiast, it could hit a top speed of 115 miles per hour. What the car lacked, however, was a comfortable interior. This would be remedied with MG's next new model, the MGB. The MGB had better performance thanks to a new 1789cc engine and far greater comfort. While it was shorter than the MGA, the designers had managed to make the cockpit roomier, which allowed for larger, more comfortable seats. The press and public loved the car. Its top speed exceeded 100 miles per hour, and it could hug the road like the MG rally cars of the past. It was the most successful MG ever produced, selling 5 times more cars than the MGA. But in 1970, the sports car market would change forever. That year, Nissan unveiled the Datsun 240Z. It hit the streets all over the world. Here was a true modern sports car. Fast, stylish, inexpensive, and something MGs never were: reliable. The cars sold faster than Nissan could make them. This would be a death sentence for MG. Production continued until 1980, when the factory was closed. It was the end of a glorious era. But the MG name would not die in the hearts of its many fans around the world. Above anything else, MGs had character. Die-hard fans loved the plucky little cars. News of MG's demise sparked a huge outcry around the world. The parent company, British Leyland, which also owned Triumph, didn't expect this. Realizing the hexagonal badge of the MG still meant something, the company made a half-hearted effort to exploit the brand. The result was the Metro series, launched in 1981. These front-wheel drive cars had little in common with the previous line of MGs. They were more mini than MG. Still, they proved to be popular enough. The Metro series marked a return to factory racing for the MG brand. The Metro 6R4 was able to produce 400 brake horsepower. It competed successfully in the unlimited B Group class for several years. But after a series of tragic accidents attributed to the speed of these cars, Group B rally racing was banned in 1987. The Metro series continued to sell well, but true MG fans were waiting for another open-topped roadster to win their hearts. Unfortunately, that roadster wouldn't be an MG. It was Mazda's retro convertible, the MX-5, or Miata. The Miata was everything that the MG roadsters had been, with one exception. They always started and didn't drip oil. The Mazda reminded everyone how much fun to drive were the classic two-seat sports cars of the 1950s and 60s. The Miata single-handedly revived the modern sports car movement. Jaguar weighed in with an updated XK convertible, reminiscent of the classic XKE. Porsche hit the road with the Boxster. With this renewed interest in small, sporty convertibles, the Rover Group, which now owned the MG name, began work on an all-new open-topped roadster, the MG-F. The new car boasted a mid-engine and rear-wheel drive. The British-designed 1789cc motor delivered a lively 118 brake horsepower. Rover claimed a top speed of 120 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 time of 8.5 seconds. The MG-F was what British sports car fans had been waiting for. It had the latest technological advances while maintaining that classic MG charm. While there were few amenities other than electric windows, a 6-CD auto-changer and air conditioning were available options. Another nice feature was the large trunk, which could accommodate 2 golf bags. While it had yet to be released in the US, the MG-F became Britain's #1 selling sports car. MG was back, and in 2000 it broadened the lineup with 3 new sports sedans: the MG ZR, ZS and the ZT. These cars gave buyers needing a back seat the same kind of driving thrill as the popular MG-F. The company was never known for building a wide variety of cars. MG finally had a model for everyone. While Rover was sold, then resold, it looked as though MG would go on forever. MG has run the gamut from perky sports cars that charm the world to racers that set world records. It's a car that's always been about the feeling of going fast. There may be more advanced sports cars in the world, but there isn't one that is more fun to drive. It's all about the romance of the road.